to me, it seems like Diggs has taken a lot of arrows for what he's done. And you might be absolutely right about this, Derek.
Well, I think at least with the two wide receivers.
I think you're going to need Diggs.
I do too.
Yeah.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
Ooh, he said it. We might need Diggs. Wow. Appreciate it, man. Bryan Broaddus didn't hold back. We needed that. We needed somebody that was going to tell the truth.
You want answers? You can't handle the truth.
And he did. So this stream is brought to you by Sleeper app. Can't wait to talk about this one, I promise you. At the Sleeper app, go for a Hail Mary on Sleeper picks and win up to 100 times your money. Use promo code BCS and Sleeper will 100% match your first deposit up to $100 instantly. So, first of all, shout out to Bryan Broaddus for, speaking against the crowd, because that's something that the crowd really doesn't want to hear. What he said about us potentially needing Diggs, but he talked about the unequal energy when you watching the treatment of Diggs versus the treatment of George Pickens, right, and CeeDee Lamb, given what happened out in Vegas. So it's a lot of people, obviously treating both situations different. So I want to kind of highlight that and kind of get into it real quick, and let them do it, and then I just respond to it. Listen.
The point about the discipline part, I hate to say this, I think Diggs has received it worse.
In what way?
The kind of the scorn and and I'm not sitting here trying to cape for Diggs, but I'm just saying though, I think the criticism of him.
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie, that's my favorite part when Vosh look up and say very good. That's so funny. Hold on real quick.
And I'm not sitting here trying to, cape for Diggs, but I'm just saying though, I think the criticism of him and some of the off the field stuff or whatever seems far more harsh towards him than it did for two players that missed the opening series.
Is that?
Yeah, and so we gonna talk about that because it is quite different. It is, right? It's usually we have culture warriors, writers and content creators. They're culture warriors. The locker room, Diggs is destroying the locker room, and Micah Parsons. If we could only get them to be better leaders, we would win it all. Those mofos are holding us back. And then you look at the total opposite. When you look at it, you say CeeDee Lamb told me he was not downstairs throwing up at 7:30 a.m. in the morning. As many rumors have suggested, he said he can hold his liquor better than that. That boy CeeDee Lamb said, I am offended that y'all think I can't hold my alcohol. How dare you? How dare you question my ability to hold my freaking alcohol? So I'm serious. Where's the culture police? Where's the locker room police? We need a leader. Michael Parsons wasn't a leader. It's like, nah, Bryan Broaddus telling the truth. Cause see, and that's why I've been trying to tell people, man, this kumbaya thing that we be preaching out here, like, dude, we gotta have us a Shotty's trying to build a culture, and you need to make sure that you align to the winning culture, bro. That winning culture, bro. You better have the boys who can play. That's what I've been saying. I've been saying it for the longest. It's more important to have guys who can play than having saints in the locker room. That's the most important thing. Wait, by a lot. Because see, even though George Pickens and them obviously broke curfew, was they ready to play? So if we got the common sense to ask that simple question with them, why couldn't we ask that question with Diggs and Mike? Like, and that's the importance of what Bryan Broaddus is talking about. That's why I'm proud that he spoke out against the crowd and called out the energy that's just totally different. Yeah. And then said Joel Pickens said, and that's why they were benched for the opening drive against the Raiders. He said they were at Red Rock where they had dinner at the steakhouse. Yeah, they were kicking it. But you ain't gonna hear nobody, oh man, they need to be better leaders. They need to be better leaders than that. You know, Nealon just passed. They should know better than that. Oh my, no, they destroying it. No, them boys went out there and rocked. So it goes to say, to me, do we focus a lot of times on the wrong things? And I think sometimes we do. I'm just being all the way honest. Let me get into the B part of which is a counter argument, because I want to be fair and balanced all the time. And I think it was a fair rebuttal to Broaddus. Listen.
Is that because there have been I mean, going back to the offseason, you know, he wasn't here when they wanted him to be here. Does it also?
Brian said, I don't know what it is. I just see it. I don't know what it is. All I can say is I see it. It's different. Now listen.
Factor in the amount of time and the number of times where fans are kind of like just a little bit like, what's going on? Not to say any of that was legitimate or true, but you know.
See, he being fair though. I mean, he being true though. That's true what he's saying. That it does get to a time to where your name keep popping up and fans start being like, damn, bro, what's going on with you? Right? You was popping up in terms of missing the workouts, and then you got a lot of people that's gonna get out here and make a big deal out of that. Like, oh, you supposed to be reporting to the Dallas Cowboy facility if you're a leader. And it's like they don't talk about the true gray area of the Dallas Cowboys players also giving the medical staff a D grade and literally putting out there that it's not enough staff. See, a lot of people don't cover this stuff in balance. And I'm going to be honest with you. What happens, I'm going to be honest with you, to turn on our best players, you make a lot of money doing that, and you have a lot of growth doing that. Like once, Tuck call it the X. Once you get that X on your name, man, it's just good business to kind of go with the crowd that's upset at you. But the question is, that's why I respect that he said, is it even true? It doesn't matter. It's that your name keep coming up. Listen.
Just a little bit like, what's going on? Not to say any of that was legitimate or true, but you know, you just keep hearing things over time. Maybe that affects you a little more.
Watch just brought the.
Yeah. See, yeah. Let's talk about that. You keep hearing names over and over, but see, it's another side to that we got to talk about. How much is your name being brought up because it's righteous and true, and in a true critique, and how much is your name being brought up because they basically trying to stir our emotions? That's the real question. Let me give you a perfect example. I showed this before. I'm gonna show it again. And this comes from creditable sources. That's what's scary. Creditable people. Calvin Watkins, beat writer, insider. Trevon Diggs' fall in practice just adds to the drama surrounding Cowboys cornerback. Fall in practice adds to the drama. So, like he was saying, when you getting reports like this, right, whether it's true or not, it will cause the fans to have different energy on Trevon than Diggs and Lamb. Like he said, look.
Where fans are kind of like, just a little bit like, what's going on? Not to say any of that was legitimate or true, but you know, you just keep hearing things.
Not that it was legitimate or true, because guess what? It wasn't true. It wasn't true. From a creditable person, from a creditable source. This is the Dallas Morning News, y'all. Then you go actually look at the file, and you go look at what was called a foul, and Clarence Hill actually labeled it right. Trevon Diggs did a somersault at the end of his rehab workout on Thursday. He did not fall down. So just imagine that you come across this as a fan. And I'm explaining a different energy. You come across this as a fan. Your perception of Trevon has just changed because you're trusting Calvin Watkins. So that could explain why Bryan Broaddus is like, the energy is different. And it is different. And let me say this real quick. And that wasn't the only thing. It was also how he spoke up when he said he wanted more man coverage. I showed this over and over, so I'm not going to read it again. But he was completely respectful. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but he literally was completely respectful in how he addressed his thought. And he put a lot of the responsibility on the defense and himself. He literally said, we got to play better. Yeah. He said, it's not what I want, it's what the coach want. He literally said all of that. But when it came out, if you listen to content creators, he's speaking out. He's speaking up against Matt Eberflus. He being a cancer. So, again, how much of that is basically just made up speculation? And that's why people will look at Diggs in a light where they're not as forgiving. But when it comes down to George and CeeDee, oh, man, do your thing. Because guess what? Their names haven't been torn down yet. That's the key. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's coming. It's coming. They go tear their names down too. They go get their names torn down too. See, just wait till the off season. Just wait. All you got to do is wait when it's time for Pickens to get his money. Watch all of a sudden these articles start coming out. Watch all of a sudden when you go say it's going to be stuff out there saying like Pickens turned down $30 million. The Dallas Cowboys made a fair offer to him. His agent is not talking to Jerry. Jerry is at odds with the agent. It's the same bull crap. And that's when you go start seeing the narrative turn on him. Regardless of how good he playing. It don't even matter. It's going to be about trying to get leverage on him through the media. Yep. And so listen, I'm gonna show y'all, because I did a show. Y'all need to go check it out. That it's another side of this that most people don't talk about, and a potential sabotage that could be coming from the medical team with Diggs. See, you got to understand, when Diggs was working with his own people, that put him at odds with them. And we've seen breakups over the medical staffs before. We've seen this. It happened with Brady, happened with Leonard, it happened with Luka. So it's like a lot of people, like some of my best videos don't do the best numbers. It's just what it is. But it's one of those things. I'm going to go ahead and put the link at the top so y'all could click on it. It's worth it. But I respect the fact that they didn't hold back more than anything. And I will say this, let's be careful. This is how I'm going to conclude this thought. We have to be careful as Cowboy Nation that we don't become the people that keep falling for the same trap, where we start lobbying for average and bad over good. Yeah. See, what happens is sometimes, and this is what I noticed the pattern with Cowboy Nation. When a player is not as great as what they used to be, we treat them like they're no good. And we start lobbying for others that's not as good. I saw us do that with Dez. When Dez was allegedly declining, right? We start, man, let's get rid of him. He need to give us a pay cut. And you ended up with Hearns and T. Williams and Cole Beasley. You got to be careful we don't let that happen, right? You got to ask yourself, truly, is Diggs as good as Carson or better? Is he better right now than Ruffle? Now, they might be better in the future. The question is, are they better now? Because if he's not, it don't even matter if he's not what he was. It's more about, is he better than what you have? And you can throw the run Bland in there. You can throw him in there. There's some questions about his play too. Like, and I really do see that trend. When Zeke hurt his knee, right, and he had 1,000 yards and over 10 touchdowns, we was calling that washed. And he played on a bad knee. So anyway, let's not fall for that trap, in my opinion. That's the trap. Lobbing for average, bad over good. And frankly, it's a lot of people that lobby to get worse on purpose. It's amazing to me. They lobby to get worse on purpose. Like, let's not bring back that Micah Parsons. He was a locker room cancer, but meanwhile, CeeDee over here like, man, y'all better not insult me by acting like I can't hold my alcohol. Locker room. We need the locker room, man. Let's stop all that crybaby ass stuff, man. Let's talk real football. So, like, we have a lot of content creators that do that, where they lobby to get worse on. We don't need that, Micah. We don't need that. It's like, yes, we did, dog. We could have actually had him and Quinnen. We should have had him and Quinnen. We would be actually making a Super Bowl run right now if we would have kept Micah and got Quinnen Williams, because we could have did both. The cap hit on Micah is only $9 million this year, regardless of the average per year. So listen, we got to stop this. This is where Bryan Broaddus is right. We got to have some quality energy and intelligence when we trying to win it all. Let's stop trying to get worse on purpose. Let's stop trying to run Diggs out of here and stuff like that over the fairy tale of the locker room. And then we turn our head when guys are out partying the day before a Monday night pivotal game. We just turn our head at that. Bryan Broaddus was right. But listen, man, it's your boy Boss Show Me. I'm bringing you another one. And I'm going to continue y'all to give y'all this measured Kool-Aid, man, to wake y'all up in the morning, get y'all going. But until the next video, until the next live, I'm out.